Monika, I love you so much.
I love you too, stupid dumb moron.
I probably should have picked a better name at the start. Damn it! Power's out. Better go check the breaker. What the fuck? Alright, that should do it. And now for some alone time with Monika. Oh shoot. Looks like the power going out with the game open really messed it up. Ugh, I wonder when the last time I saved was. Hopefully it was recently. Well, shit. Hey, what is going on, guys? Worst Trends here. I'm sure you've got two questions on your mind right now. One, what the hell is a Doki? And two, what the hell is a Doki literature? Club's pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure we're all familiar with dating sims, right? Some more than others. It's a kind of game where you get a bunch of virtual people and you choose who to date. You talk to them, charm them, and eventually become a couple. It's just like real life, except really sad. But Doki Doki Literature Club answers the question, what if dating sims were scary? And that is exactly what happens. One of the girls becomes aware that she's in a video game, and she loves you so much that she literally kills all of the other options, forcing you to be with her. You know, until you turn the game off. If you somehow don't know much about this game, even after how popular it's been, I highly recommend you go check it out. Despite its cutesy art style, it manages to be genuinely scary in multiple different ways. One of its methods is making you realize just how lonely you are. Monika, come back! My favorite part about DDLC has gotta be the characters. But now the game's completely done with and they all just die at the end, what the hell? I want to see more of these characters interacting like normal, as if they weren't just lines of code in a video game. I find these girls really interesting character-wise, and that's because of how well they're written. See, all of these characters are based on common dating sim tropes. There's the shy one, the energetic one, and then there's the one that's a fucking bitch, except they're not just lame tropes. These characters are expanded upon in ways that use those tropes as a base. It's really genius how the original game uses its characters. For example, on surface level, Sayori is just the silly, happy, bubbly, positive girl who loves to make everyone around her happy. But in reality, she's horribly depressed and only tries so hard to make other people happy, so they, probably just watch a character analysis at this point. The other girls are similarly complex, and that's really cool. But that's too boring for this video, let's get into the weird shit. I love these characters, but since the game's completely done now, we'll never get any new content with them. Well. Fan stories. They're a very common occurrence in internet fandoms, but Doki Doki Literature Club is a little different. A little different in the sense that there are literally an endless amount of these things. A while back, I accidentally found myself falling down a rabbit hole of these fan stories, and ever since I've been really interested in them, mostly because of how hilarious they are. These things can be some of the most uncomfortable pieces of media you will ever sit through. It is awful at times. Wow, the game about dating fictional women has a weird community? Who would have guessed? No, but some of this stuff is so bad and so cringy that whenever I watch it, I always find myself having a good time. It's like it's so bad that it loops all the way back around and becomes amazing. But every once in a while, the enjoyment isn't even ironic. Amazing, I know. So that's why today I'd like to talk about some of the most insane DDLC fan stories in this insane world of DDLC fan stories.
He said it! He said it!
What better way to kick off this little adventure than with the one that started it all? The Dokis Escape the Backrooms. Needless to say, it's an incredible video. It's an actually really impressive animation that uses the sprites from the game. However, you might be delighted to find out that the Dokis Escape the Backrooms isn't some random one-off video. In fact, there are dozens of animations just like this, all on one YouTube channel called... I don't know how to pronounce it last time. Queer sex. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's quickly go over the characters. You've got Monika, Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. However, like most fan stories, the characters in these animations aren't one-to-one with their canon counterparts. For example, Yuri is fucking psychotic at times, and Natsuki has an ego the size of the damn planet. Monika's kinda just whatever in these, but Sayori...
Hi, Mommy.
This is one of Sayori's main character traits. She's constantly horny all the time. Wow, I don't know if that's hilarious or deeply disturbing. Either way, I feel like I gotta go to church after watching that. But in all seriousness, while funny the first few times, after binge watching every video on the channel like I did, the joke starts to get really old.
After all, you can't be sent to horny jail if you're already in prison.
It's the same thing every time!
Why don't you take off your clothes then?
Like I said though, the animation is really well done. The sprites are used to great effect and it just looks really clean because it's all ripped straight out of the game. However, there are some downsides to this. Like, none of the in-game sprites have legs because obviously. So whenever there's a wide shot, the characters just have this awkward cutoff halfway through their bodies. And another thing, 99% of the sprites are of them smiling, so Sayori will see something like, "What the fuck?" This causes some issues as you might imagine.
Our lives are over. Hope is gone. Only despair remains.
Wow, look how happy she is! The voice acting in these things is also incredible.
And hey, Yuri, would you mind if I put my Minecraft bed next to you?
Sometimes a little too good. I could honestly make a full video talking about just this channel because it's all so fun and interesting and cringy. It is very cringy.
Well, hello there, puny mortal. Would you like a trick or a treat? Pick wisely.
So like, I'm not gonna lie and say that I enjoy all of these unironically. The style of humor in these videos is so unlike my own that nearly every single joke is cringe-inducing. However, they're so cringy that it just becomes really, really funny.
Yay! I love you, Monika!
Whoa, wait. Monika?
I want to cuddle.
Oh my god, this is awful. There's this one video where the Dokis escape, not the backrooms, but a prison. Gotta switch it up sometimes. Bro, this has gotta be the shittiest prison of all time. This big-ass guard is knocked out by this tiny teenager, and then an entire uprising happens, and the prison has absolutely no way with dealing with it. Like, do they not have guns? Honestly, I was a little disappointed in this particular video. Like, it's just way too easy for them to escape. There's no stakes at all. If you had the same issue as me, then you're in luck because the Dokis Play Minecraft is one of the channel's best. Not only does it take its story slightly seriously, but the jokes make my skin crawl. That's how you know it's a good one.
Is that a deer?
Those aren't in fucking Minecraft. So Natsuki and the purple one go deep into a cave to get some iron. But unfortunately, it's not without trouble.
What was that?
Atlas VPN!
After that's dealt with, the spider army attacks and Yuri trips. And the spiders, well, the spiders get her. Just fucking kidding.
I won't let my close friends get hurt, no matter what.
Oh my god, how do they make this more and more epic every time?
So they make it back and then, that happens. But Quirksies, you sly dog, you couldn't just stop there.
I would be lying if I said they weren't adorable together.
Yeah, very true.
Let's just pretend
What the
it
fuck
didn't
is
happen.
happening? Part 2 is where shit gets real though. There's this one scene where Yuri gets sick of everyone's shit and starts beating the hell out of Natsuki. This is cool, I want to see more stuff like this that shakes up the status quo. There's only so much BFF girly content a man can take.
Guys, save lives.
That's a start, I guess. No, but really, can I talk about just how much I hate Natsuki? Like, not even just in this series, I mean everything. She's such a little asshole, actually so ungrateful for everything. You know what? I'll say it. I'm glad she gets assimilated to the British Mafia in the Breaking Bad episode. Yes, that really happens. Anyway, Yuri beating the shit out of Natsuki is really cool. Yuri's entire character in this series is basically just being sexually harassed, so it would be really cool for her to finally put her foot down and like fucking kill Natsuki. Please, just kill Natsuki. I've talked about it previously, but the Halloween video has got to be one of my personal favorites. It starts out innocently enough, with all the Dokis trying on their Halloween costumes.
Oh right, Monika's outfit. Oh my fucking god.
Then they go door to door and wreak absolute havoc on the neighborhood. They change costumes every shot, which is cool, but in this one scene, Natsuki is dressed as Megumin. I've never told you guys this before, but I've got a history with that show, and I keep seeing these fucking characters everywhere I go. A lot of these videos mostly follow the same kind of format. Believe it or not, the setting of the video is rarely a large factor in the story. Like, most of these videos are just an excuse to make the same 5 lesbian jokes over and over again. This makes these videos pretty enjoyable in short bursts, but if you've watched like 15 in a row like I have, it starts to wear thin. Like, after a while, they stop giving a damn about making sensible stories, and it's just like, fuck it, let him play Lethal Company. Brixie's is still making these videos to this day, but I'm yet to fully watch a video from the past 10 months. And it's kind of for a stupid reason. In the newer videos, they use this different method of animating, where I think the arms and heads and everything are like motion tracked onto real people, and it looks really bad. I'm sure it's a lot easier on the animator's part, but the old style just looked so much better. You can even see the arms like clipping into the body, which is never a good sign. Can't have shit. Even the mouths look like they're automated in some way. I'm not sure how, but it definitely looks off. One of the reasons I liked this series so much was because of how fantastic the animation was. In the Minecraft videos, for example, there is so much work put into integrating these 2D characters into a 3D game. And while that effort is still seen in the newer videos, it really isn't the same anymore. Really though, like, calm down on the sex jokes.
No fair! I want to sleep next to Yuri.
What exactly do you mean by that, Natsuki? Did she seduce you?
Guys, there are way too many funny out of context clips in this series, and I'm out of excuses to play them, so just here.
You ready for the best scrub of your life? Oh my fucking god.
At this point, we might as well go back and revisit the other video I've talked about before, Natsuki's extra special cupcakes. Okay, I know the title and thumbnail don't make any sense, but I talked about this there, just trust me. Either way, I'll give a quick rundown. During a typical literature club meeting, Natsuki announces that she has made the titular extra special cupcakes. Now, the reason these are so special is because they contain black tar heroin. And fentanyl, can I even say that? After learning this information, everyone, including Natsuki, decides that it's a good idea to eat these cupcakes. And then they all fucking die because no shit they would. Except, Sayori survives somehow. Hooray! In fact, she's so alive that she can't find a way to die. She then is forced to live through the fall of humanity, the destruction of Earth, and eventually the collapse of the universe. How fun. She doesn't even get to die in the end when there's nothing left. She just finally stops thinking. Wow, what a wholesome ending. I have absolutely no idea on why the video went in this direction, or why Sayori of all characters deserved this fate. If it was Natsuki, it'd still be pretty damn harsh, but at least it'd be somewhat warranted considering she's the one that killed all her friends. But what the fuck did Sayori ever do? She ate the cupcakes first because she didn't want Natsuki to feel bad no one was eating them. I guess nice guys really do finish last. So you may have noticed that this video looks like it came right out of the actual game. You know, except for all the black tar heroin stuff. But look, you've got the classic sprites, the music, the backgrounds, and that same text at the bottom of the screen. These types of videos are mods of the game. Now, I'm not entirely sure how these work, but considering just how many there are on YouTube, I'd imagine they're pretty easy to make. I mean, the sprites and backgrounds are already in the file, so all you really have to do is type out whatever weird-ass story you have in mind. As you can imagine, a large amount of the stories we have to talk about today are these mods. And if you thought that this video was weird, don't you worry, because it is not an outlier. As you'll come to realize over the course of this video, these fan stories are always the most random things ever, and I think a really good showcase of that is a video called What If by Yandere Gaming. This particular video is a collection of numerous short stories that range from pretty standard to what if Natsuki was British? How the fuck do you come up with this stuff? Oh, wait. Now, I won't be covering every story in this video, namely because it's 40 minutes long and I have better things to do. Like watch more fan stories. This first story is so stupid. It's what if Yuri was energetic? So Yuri walks in, has a small conversation with this guy Lawrence, and says, this. Lawrence, it has come to my attention that you are a big meanie. No, it's not true, Yuri. It's not true. Then she throws a temper tantrum and runs off. What the hell? I thought this was if Yuri was energetic, not if Yuri was a little piss crybaby. Then Sayori walks up and asks Lawrence to buy her apple juice. Then it just ends. And then it just cuts to what if Monika was an asshole. This one's actually really funny. It's just Monika being an absolute menace. And then she just sprints out of there like an Olympic athlete. It's so funny because in almost every other fan story I've seen, Monika is always just nice and pretty boring if I'm gonna be honest. So this is a really nice change of pace. I mean, she calls Natsuki a thing. That's my respect gained. Now this does bring a smile on my face. Since I'm on the topic, Natsuki has long hair in the entire video. I don't know why, but it looks awful. Just when I thought this little asshole couldn't be any more repulsive, they fucking pulled through, of course. There's one where Sayori is club president and she becomes an evil tyrant and puts Lawrence in timeout. And she brings in cookies but doesn't give any to anyone else, that bastard! I can tell though that these stories are built off of some pre-established universe with these characters. Because there's no way that what if Natsuki hated cigarettes isn't some inside joke. All of these stories are so goofy, but then halfway through there's this super serious one about Lawrence grappling with his grief after Sayori's suicide, and it gets genuinely deep. The very next story is what if Lawrence was bad at Mario Kart. Lawrence, shut the hell up. Speaking of which, this same channel made a series called Doki Doki Mario Kart Club. Shigeru Miyamoto is rolling in his grave right now. While these short stories are fun, I always prefer the longer ones. They really give you a chance to connect with the characters in whatever weird-ass predicament they're in. Just like our next story, Breaking the Club President by Afro Zero. The gist of this story is that if any of the other club members are able to break Monika, whatever that means, they get to become the new club president for a day. This one starts off with everyone already knowing that they're in a game. I don't like this, not only because there's not a point anymore because they're all just ones and zeros, but them just knowing this stuff and being fine with it is confusing. Like, why even bother doing anything if you know your life is a lie? I'll get into it a bit later, but I absolutely hate it when characters are just lines of code. Anyway, the rules are set. The Dokis have until the end of the club meeting to do their thing. Natsuki goes first. She brings in a fresh batch of cupcakes to, I guess, taunt Monika with. And I'm gonna eat them all and make you watch. Wait, seriously? You're not gonna share with anyone? I need those black dark heroin cupcakes! Damn it, Natsuki, come here! So after the cupcakes don't work, the very next course of action is to threaten Monika at knife point. Yes, really. The rest of the video is just them trying to break Monika in the most mundane ways possible. This includes Sayori partaking in a tickle attack. I don't want to do this anymore. I misread this one line as, we need to focus on getting her crack, and then I started having PTSD of actually entertaining content. Yeah, I don't really care for this one. It's very slow and chill, but that means it's also missing all of the stupid cringy stuff that I came here for.
You girls look like you could use a hand.
Oh wow, maybe I spoke too soon. A new character is bound to make things more interesting. This guy who just walked in is named Zero, and he says that he's Monika's boyfriend. Wait a minute. Who made this again? Oh no. Oh no! Immediately after this, Natsuki convinces Monika and gets control over the game files. The very first thing she does is give herself cat ears.
I'm sorry, that's trash.
See, the heroine was fine, but this shit is despicable. I stopped watching after this. There's this one YouTuber named BrawlFan1 who makes Smash Bros moveset ideas for all kinds of different characters. I bring this up because a while back, he actually made one for Monika. It's a decent moveset, but when he draws her, she looks like a wimpy kid character. I'm not going to talk about the video more, I just wanted to mention that. But how about we take a break from mods for a second and look at some full-on animations of the characters. First up being Doki Doki Literature Club, but it's a Disney Channel cartoon. How the hell does he find this stuff? So this YouTuber Vannamelon took this random Disney Channel show intro, The Ghost and Molly McGee, and made an absolute banging rendition of it starring DDLC characters.
It's the guy trapped in Monika's DDLC. Oh my gosh, I've been cursed, she's the worst.
In fact, it was so good, she would later react to her own video in character with Monika. CG5, I didn't know you had a sister. She can do a lot of voices. She's a voice actress. That's Vannamelon's main thing. She makes reactions to random YouTube videos, including her own. Twice. Well, that and the Rule 34 bait. There's a lot of Rule 34 bait.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know, man. She's just one of those people where I can't decide if she's really cool or one of the cringiest people on the planet. I'm leaning on the latter. Because she makes some really cool stuff every once in a while, but in between all that cool stuff is just smash or pass on X. Why character Googles herself. Pizza Tower, but it's Pinkie Pie. Wait, what the fuck? Like, I understand that this is just the YouTube grind and sex sells and all, but is this really what you want your legacy to be? This? There's also a hint of content farm in there too. Remember that reaction she made to her own animation I mentioned earlier? Yeah, that video was 14 minutes long. to a 39-second animation. Well, at least she's no Sniper Wolf, she's definitely adding something to that reaction. But once in a blue moon, Vannamelon decides to do something. Something not out of money, but for the love of the craft. And you can tell because there won't be boobs on the thumbnail. Monika versus Deadpool AI is the best video on the channel, and let me tell you why. Now look, I love messing around in character AI all the time, so you can imagine my delight when Vannamelon, in the character of Monika, has an epic battle against a Deadpool AI chatbot. I mean, I just had to click on it.
Hello, Deadpool. I'm the president of the Literature Club.
This one is funny because Vannamelon is trying really hard to craft a story and keep it railroaded in a way that makes sense, but literally every time Deadpool speaks, he completely ruins everything.
Pulls out phone and checks Twitter.
Ah, see? That's fucked up.
Monika, listen, I don't know how this happened, but Deadpool is stuck in some weird universe where Elon Musk buys Twitter, and it's nothing but negativity. Please find a way to get it back. You're my only hope.
So before you ask, yes, that is in fact Ryan Reynolds, separate from Deadpool, instructing DDLC Monika to escape an alternate universe where Elon Musk ruins Twitter. This was like 3 chats in. I gotta give props to Vannamelon though. Even when the story is an absolute shambles, she just rolls with it and we get shit like this.
What? Is there a problem or something? Minecraft is so funny, lol. It's a video game where you gather resources and stuff and build things, start punching a tree. It's a lot of fun. So you wanna play? Let's play! I'm sure you will have fun!
This whole Minecraft bit is actually really funny. I think you should definitely check this video out after this one because, because it's Monika versus Deadpool AI.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're the good boy!
I am? I understand that Vannamelon might not be the type of content for everyone. Namely people who shower. So thankfully I was able to find another animation channel that's leagues ahead of this one in every single way. Garbato Studios. Garbato Studios has some of the funniest shit I have ever seen on this website, and that is not an exaggeration. They've made a handful of DDLC animations and I love all of them. They are so fucking funny. There is a slight issue though. Garbato Studios is a Peruvian channel. I don't speak Spanish, but that literally does not matter because these animations are almost entirely built off of visual gags. And damn it do those visual gags land. From just watching one of these animations, you can tell that they take heavy inspiration from Senor Pello. That's not even an assumption, Garbato made a DDLC parody of one of Pello's series. It all started with this one called The Door, and wow, what a way to kick things off. The goal of the Dokis is to open a locked door, and they try many different ways to do so. The video moves at such a breakneck pace at times, and it just does not stop hitting you with jokes, some more subtle than others. Some of my favorites have to be when they use a rope to pull at the door and Sayori has it around her neck, Natsuki's eyes becoming humongous when doing her sad face, and also the art style completely switching for a few seconds for no reason. Oh, and if you were wondering, this is what was behind the door. The newest animation as of writing this is called Who's Buying Today, and it features an actually sick-ass fight scene between Yuri and Natsuki. Like, holy shit, this is actually well made. I really like how fast everything escalates, like what's even happening here? There's the Senor Pello video I mentioned earlier, and this one is probably my least favorite. It is incredibly accurate to the source material, which is impressive, but it's also so accurate that it's not really much of its own thing. Also, I don't really care for the source material to begin with, don't at me. This joke was pretty funny though.
Uy, qué rico, a ver.
Then there's Sayori's hair, which was like a Twitter thing. I don't know. I don't think I want to watch that one after what Deadpool told me. Then there's the 11-minute long P Club pilot. Yeah, I didn't get around to this one. My schedule's been pretty packed lately. But all of these animations pale in comparison to the legendary video The Mango. This video, without hyperbole, is one of the funniest animations I have ever seen. The jokes are absolutely non-stop, and they are all executed perfectly. You do not get a single chance to breathe before you are hit with yet another banger of a joke. The animation, buttery smooth. The writing, peak. The delivery of lines, flawless. It's so fucking good that I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Go watch this animation spoiler-free because it is truly magnificent. Not to mention, it's like the perfect sequel to The Door. Like Aliens to Alien. Like Empire Strikes Back to A New Hope. Like Roger Rules to Wimpy Kid. It's everything you could ask for in a follow-up. I don't even care that it's like barely about Doki Doki Literature Club. Like the whole point of this video is to see the characters do more stuff outside of the game. But these aren't even characters, just jokes. And damn good jokes at that, S tier. I also couldn't make this video without mentioning the Monika After Story mod. Unlike pretty much every other mod in this video, this is a mod that someone might actually consider downloading. Basically, it's a chatbot where you can talk to Monika after the events of the main story. It's got a surprising amount of content, but I don't want to risk destroying my PC by accidentally downloading a virus, so any and all footage from this mod is going to be coming from Candelia, who does a lot of DDLC stuff, including a lot of full fan stories I might talk about later. But yeah, you can do a lot in this mod. Just talking to Monika, there's so many different things you can say and things she can say back depending on your affection level. There's also a bunch of different mini games you can play like Uno, chess, and Torture Simulator. And I'm just gonna pick one of these videos at random to talk about. Can I watch you sleep? Yes, please. This conversation in particular is a mod of the mod that makes Monika much more obsessive over the player. I feel like this is a lot of extra steps, just use character AI at this point. In this one, she does humorous impressions of the people she murdered. This is so fucking disrespectful. Stop spitting on their graves, Monika. The cemetery's already flooded. What happens if you watch lewd Monika art while she's watching? I don't even have a comment on this one, like what the fuck? Holy shit, there's even one where she talks about the back rooms. We really have gone full circle, haven't we? I'm only bringing this mod up out of necessity though, considering it's the most popular continuation of the game. I think it's cool, but I prefer the stupid as hell stuff. Case in point? Alright, one of the most common types of stories in the DDLC community is one where the main character is a self-insert and all the girls really want him. There are literally countless amounts of these stories, the category of which I like to refer to as, God, I wish that were me. You know, the kind of story that makes you say, God, I wish that were me. The story begins with the introduction of our main character, or MC for short. Yes, this is a very creative community. The guy lives on his own for some reason, must have gotten sick of his parents, I guess. I don't know how true this is, but I've heard that housing in Japan is really cheap. If I wasn't given misinformation, then that means that MC here could have very well moved out of his parents' house and... yeah, I'm just wasting time at this point. He looks outside and sees that his favorite bush is moving weirdly. Well, wow, I really wonder what it could be. I myself might not have a favorite bush, but I do have a favorite tree. Check this shit out. MC then mentions that he feels like something was in his room last night. Sounds pretty concerning, but no, he just shrugs it off. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present humanity's first ever infinite IQ individual. Also, his door was unlocked. He then meets up with Sayori outside and they walk to school. The day goes on and eventually it's literature club time. Hell yeah. Then he calls Natsuki cute. You know? I used to have respect for you. Natsuki makes a random comment about someone breaking into MC's house at night and then he jokingly accuses her of doing so. Natsuki slugs me in the arm. Why would I break into your house? It's not like I like you or anything. Smooth. Natsuki then punches him again, like why? What the hell? I feel a tear run down my face. Oh no, the cosmos are aligning. But yes, bro gets punched by Natsuki and starts crying. Dude, Natsuki probably weighs like 14 pounds. How are you spraying tears after just a couple right hooks? Just then everyone else wanders in. MC's still on his knees, looking like he got shot by a 30-06. Suddenly Yuri steps up and says, yeah, I saw the whole thing. She pulled out some brass knuckles and started going to town on him. And then after that, she suplexed him into one of the desks and did a Mortal Kombat finisher on him. Borderlands split his spine in half. So yeah, he's pretty fucked up right now. They pull up his sleeve and see that he's really bruised. Oh wait, you guys remember Buff Suki? Monika sees it and says that there's been a needle in his arm. But what could someone have injected into him? My guess? You already know it's black tar heroin. Then there's this big four-way argument between Yuri, Monika, MC, and Natalie. Meanwhile, Sayori is just lost in her own little world. Soon the situation calms down and everyone starts to get into MC's potential stalker. With all of the signs pointing directly to the idea of a trespasser, it doesn't take long for the girls to consider the idea. Unlike MC, who, might I remind you, is a genius. They eventually decide that they will all spend the night at MC's house in order to catch this criminal. And after a far too long conversation about what to eat for dinner, they all do just that. I gotta say, bro is living the dream right now. 30 minutes in and he's already got 4 women in his house, and every single one of them wants the have a meaningful relationship. It's clear from the very beginning that someone is stalking MC. And let me take a wild shot in the dark, it's probably one of the girls. But the mystery is kept up really well. Each of them shows small signs that they might be the stalker, but then someone else immediately does something even more suspicious. It's like a cycle of future restraining orders. But yeah, the whole time I was pretty unsure of who it could be. How do you feel about your stalker? I mean, are you scared or excited? I'm still really unsure. Yeah, no, that's a completely normal thing to say in this situation.
Hey man, do you like it when I bash your skull in with this frying pan?
Yeah, it's a pretty good experience. I don't mind it too much. What would you say to your stalker once you eventually meet him or her? I don't know, I guess it depends on the person and their intentions with me. Yeah, if they were trying to kill me, I'd be pretty indifferent. Maybe give them a firm shake on the hand. But if they're watching me just to watch me, I'm gonna go berserk. I have no respect for you. The mystery is soon taken out back and shot because Yuri gives MC a glass of water and then minutes later he feels drowsy. Wow, I wonder if those two events are correlated. If that didn't do it, the part 2 of this video that's been sitting on the screen the whole time definitely does. It sucks too, because there's this moment where Yuri says she has to go to the bathroom and then immediately knows where to go. It's a really subtle detail that not everyone's gonna be able to catch. I wish the video did more stuff like this instead of, "Hey MC, if your stalker was like really into you, would you think that was hotter?" Upon Monika figuring things out, Yuri beats the shit out of all the other girls with a frying pan. All except Natsuki. Natsuki tries to fight back against Yuri, but in return gets thrown down the stairs, skull bashed into the corner of a table, and subjugated to 50 years of 3FS content.
That one gave me goosebumps all the way down to my Peter.
She somehow still wins the fight though. Yuri even had a knife, how does that make sense? The video ends with Natsuki and MC getting freaky in the bedroom. And by that I mean they kiss. God, I'm glad that's not me. Sayori and Monika walk in and they're like, "Whoa, you guys are together? What?" And then MC... and then MC responds with, "Yeah, I love her." Wow, buddy, what a normal thing to say. That sure is how real people talk. I'm not watching part 2, by the way. It's an hour long. And this one was too. Why the hell did I watch all that? The Dokis give you milk. What is this? They give me milk? What? Why are they looking at me like that? The fuck they put in the milk? They all show up to MC's house to make him breakfast with no malicious intent, I'm sure. And he says, "Fuck you, I'm busy watching anime." No, like seriously, he actually says this. Look man, I don't care who you are. If 3 hot women and a lab experiment show up to your house uninvited, you better be letting them in. No, but he's ruthless. He just screams at them like a maniac. The thing is though, a lot of these channels have a lot of DDLC videos and have crafted their own fan universe that could be wildly different from the original game for all I know. Like maybe in this specific series, there's a running joke where all the girls keep putting plutonium in his food or something. The makers of these things are clearly unhinged. I wouldn't put it past them. Plutonium actually sounds pretty good right now. Are you my mom? I'm about to be if you don't let these girls help you out. Was that supposed to be a threat? What does that even mean? Oh no, Monika's gonna be my mommy. Oh shit, woe is me. He finally gets breakfast and it's cookies and milk. A little unorthodox, but to each their own. He takes one sip and I think before watching this we all knew what kind of milk it was. I don't even want to say it, it's time to kill the internet. Wait, why does this milk taste different? What did you girls do? It was that fucking plutonium, I knew it! They actually say it was just a prank at the end, but I don't believe them. Look at this smug bastard, she's got shit to hide. But really, what kind of prank is this? No, what kind of person is this? What kind of man does it take to come up with this shit? Okay, you know what? I am sick and tired of this mod stuff. I need to take a break and look at something normal. You know what I love? Plush videos. This is relevant, I promise. Back in the day, I used to love watching this guy called the Veggie Fan Quadruple 01, specifically his PVZ videos. It's basically this guy taking a bunch of Chinese bootleg PVZ plushies and playing with them. Watching this stuff now really brings me back to the good old days. I loved these videos so much when I was a kid, so you can bet that when I saw a Doki Doki Literature Club plush video, I was ecstatic. Okay, maybe more like just happy, but happy nonetheless. 10 seconds in and I see a dog. What the f***? That's not a fake woman! Goddamn, 2 of them. That's it. Shut it off. Shut it off! Yeah! I think they use like Diary of a Wimpy Kid music in this scene. The scene is set. All the Dokis are together and waiting for their food to arrive. You see, Monika has ordered some DoorDash, of which she describes to be
the best food you'll ever have the privilege of eating.
By that she means McDonald's.
Monika?
Surely you remembered that.
I got you a veggie burger, Yuri. Don't worry.
Oh shit, Yuri's vegan? Yeah, this isn't gonna work out anymore. I'm moving you down to B tier. Finally, the Uber Eats guy rings the doorbell. Still setting the table, Monika enlists Yuri to answer the door.
You want me to get the door?
Oh, that's right. What may be a simple task for some is downright torture to Yuri. She is fucking terrified to talk to the delivery man, and rightfully so. Just look at the guy. I actually like how drawn out and intense they make this scene. Like, literally all she is doing is opening the door, but there's this super dramatic music since Yuri only talks to 3 people a day.
Hey, I got an order here for Monika?
That's me. I mean, that's us. Monika's here.
Okay, here's your order then.
How much do I owe you?
Nothing, it's paid for, ma'am.
Oh, really?
Yeah? Well, enjoy your food, ma'am.
Thanks. You too.
Sorry to play such a long clip there, but I just think it does a really good job at showing Yuri's lack of social skills. Now look, I am not a socially anxious person, but a few years ago I had a moment like this and it really tore me up for a good few hours. So yeah, I really understand and deeply connect with Yuri here.
I'm never talking to anyone ever again.
It's okay, Yuri. Everyone has their moments.
Yeah, especially you.
Screw you, Natsuki.
Whoa, Yuri, you can't say that. What the fuck? Yuri is really distraught over the situation and says that she'll never talk to a new person ever again. But you know what? Hey, it's fine. It's over now and we've got the food, so let's just take a breather and enjoy some—
Oh no! Did they forget Yuri's veggie burger?
It appears so.
Damn.
I'm fine with that, honestly. I wasn't too hungry anyway.
Ah, I see. Starving to avoid an inconvenience. You're a real trooper, Yuri. Like a true friend, though, Monika decides that she'll drive to the burger place herself to get Yuri's veggie burger.
Nobody eats until I get back with Yuri's veggie burger.
Yuri blames herself, however, saying that she should have checked the bag before the Grubhub guy left. And because of those damn insecurities, Natsuki's food is gonna get cold. Aww, are you gonna be okay?
Monika's taking care of it for me, like always.
I got you a veggie burger, Yuri. Don't worry. I'm gonna have to go to the restaurant myself. I can't have Yuri just sitting there while we eat.
Wait, no. I gotta go, guys.
Okay, this video is gonna be fire. Yuri runs out to the driveway and stops Monika from leaving. Yuri says that it was her fault Monika has to drive back and that she's gonna come with her whether she likes it or not. I just want to say that the cinematography in this video is really good. There's so many dynamic shots and angles and it's put together really well. In this scene here, for example, instead of just static shots of the characters talking, the camera moves behind the opposite person, looking over their shoulder. It's a small detail, but one that makes this video feel really high quality. Anyway, before they leave, the two have a really heartwarming conversation that really fleshes out these characters and their relationship. Truly a standout scene.
Do you trust me?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Monika, for everything.
That's just what friends do. Now hop in. Let's go get your veggie burger.
So the two set off to go on an epic adventure, soon arriving at the Burger King. That's right, they bring the plushes into public. I could never be this brave. Yuri walks up to the door, ready to take the first step in changing her life for the better.
Yuri, sweetheart. It's a pull door.
This video treats Yuri like a 10-year-old who's never left the house before.
Also, I'll try to do most of the talking.
Are you sure? I'd be okay with helping you out a little bit.
Holy shit, it's this big of a deal for her to talk to a damn Wendy's employee? What would she do if she had to call the police because her life was in danger? Well, there's only one way to find out. Then they go in and start filming people cooking and shit, and it's like, holy hell, it's like a real movie. And then there's a shot of this guy shoving like 18 fries into his mouth at once. What a sick animal. They get to the counter, and it turns out the same guy from before is working the register. They explain the situation, hand him the receipt, and...
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and check out back for that veggie burger for you.
Well, that looks like a good sign. Turns out, Mr. Goodburger here ate Yuri's damn veggie burger. The boss man tells the guy that the best they can do is a discount on the next order. So now, Monika's just out 15 bucks in a veggie burger. Monika is pretty understandably pissed off and threatens to stop giving them her business altogether. A move like this barely works. Like, Walmart is a billion-dollar company. Who cares if one guy stops showing up? I'm never coming here again!
Oh no, I'm so sad.
But as it turns out, Monika comes here a lot. Like a lot. When the boss man finally comes up to the counter to see her, he realizes just who she is and quickly goes back on his decision to kick them out. Then he fires bro.
I said get out!
So yes, the resolution is that Monika is such a fat ass that she supplies enough business to the restaurant that they'll go under if she stops supporting them. That's really stupid and funny. But it doesn't just come out of nowhere. They actually do set this up earlier in the video.
I've had their food delivered so many times, they probably know my name by heart.
Monika, why does that name sound so familiar?
Boss man gives them the veggie burger on the house and sends them on their way.
You said you'd do most of the talking, and you did. I'm so proud of you.
Aw, good job, little Yuri. You reached a brand new high score of 17 words in one day.
Nice call.
It's a big character arc for Yuri not wanting to be a burden on her friends because of how socially awkward she is, and it's really sweet. It's handled very well, and you can directly watch her grow more confident over the course of the video. But I can't stop laughing because the catalyst for all of this was because this one guy got hungry. It also looks like Sayori and Natsuki were playing Twister while they waited. Hey, what the hell? Why couldn't that have been the episode? But after all this time, Yuri finally has her burger right in front of her, with absolutely nothing stopping her from taking a bite.
Well, how is it?
It kind of sucks.
I fucking knew that was Wimpy Kid music! All in all, that was a truly fantastic video. You've got the cinematography, the writing, the voice acting, the regular acting, the character arc, the personality, the twister, and most importantly, the emotion!
Let's go get your veggie burger.
Unfortunately, unlike a lot of the other videos I've talked about, this one isn't a part of a series. There's other DDLC videos on the channel, but this is the only Plush one, aside from a couple shorts. And it was made over 2 years ago, so who knows if there will ever be another one. That sucks, I really did enjoy it. But sadly, it looks like the creator, Doki Doki Dubs, is gone forever. Is what I would say if they didn't upload a TikTok compilation a few weeks ago. We are so back! Read the description if you want to know what's going on, I don't know. I don't know if these guys will ever make another Plush video again, but if they do, I will be ready to make an hour-long analysis of it. I love this thing. I have been really wanting to make my own Plush video for a while now, but screw it, that's gonna be the next video. Okay, but not with these guys. I am not spending hundreds of dollars on a set. I guess I'll just stick with the keychain of Yuri getting hanged. What the fuck is this shirt? Oh, or this one.
Let's go get your veggie burger.
Hey guys, so at this point the video is about halfway done. There is still a ton of stuff I want to talk about in regards to this subject, but the video ended up being way longer than I thought it would be. I actually even ended up cutting a few stories to save time. So I'm gonna go and work on some other videos for a while, and depending on how well this video does, I'll come back to finish part 2 eventually. So if you're interested, make sure to keep an eye on the channel and it'll be out before you know it. But for now, this is all I got for you, so thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.